What's up, traders? Today is one of the biggest day of my career. Approximately $4.4 million in one single trade. It's called From Beyond Meat. This stock was a meme stock. I think this is the biggest gain of my career so far. I actually went on margin on it, and for a moment there, I was down, around half a mil. But I finished up 4 mil. Anyway, one of my biggest gains of my career. Obviously, it's a big gain for me. Majority of these, I made a huge gain. Actually, it was around a 40% gain on the downside, and beyond meat. For educational purposes only, it was easy to borrow and all that. And we're gonna go into what were my trades here on this ticker. Let's see, we can get my P&L on this ticker. Uh, 1 second. Yeah, this has been the biggest trade of I don't think I've ever been up so much. I do need to schedule a vacation as soon as possible for a small period of time because I'm actually not feeling very well. As you can see, Beyond Meat, I shorted around 650, 668, 652, 665, 650, 640. I actually shorted some at 7. And then all of it, I had a 60, 60, 85 average. And then I covered at 435. It ended up being, if I had to calculate what is the percent gain on that, was um was a 36% gain, 36% gain on this ticker. Gonna go discuss my trade, my $4.4 million trade, one of my biggest trades. This is the biggest trade of my career, 4.0 trade. It just comes out to timing. It just comes out to timing. As you know, my data for the past 4 years, I have not ever seen a stock go beyond day 3. I usually short stocks on day 2. That means on day 2, stocks that I'll explain the data. I have data for the past. I'll explain data for the past. This is the data for the last 4 years. 4 years everyday data. So, the stock usually not 80% of the time, 80% of the time, stock sell off day 2. Only 20% of them keep going. So you have a huge stock like Beyond. Say it moved over here. Let's take Beyond for example. Beyond on the first day, we actually moved from 80 cents to a buck 50. This is the first day. 80 cents to a buck 50. Right here. This is the first day. This is day 1. Let's put it a 1. Day 2 is gonna be $2 to about $4. $2 to about $4. This is day 2. And let's write it here, day 2. $4, $2 to around $4. And this is day 3. What happened here? We actually pushed. It never breaks pre-market highs. That was like my risk level, 7 or 750. And then we gap up at 6. We pushed to 750, and then we had an enormous red candle. So this is day 3. So the data goes from, I don't know, 7 to like go from 5, 4 or whatever, up to what is that high there? 750, 750. So this is the data. 80%, 80% of the time stocks sell off on day 2. I'll be trading small caps for a long time. And just remember this. 80% of the stocks on day 2, they sell off. So if you have day 1, day 2, that's 80% of them. After this, on day 2, they will sell off. Only 20% of them will continue. So when I saw this setup, um, when I saw something on day three, when I saw something day three, probably around, I don't know, 95% of them, I have never seen a stock gap up day three and continue going. I have never seen without selling off. And never seen a stock gap up. The chances of that happening, I'm talking about parabolic price action, something that went from like gap up on day three. I'm talking about parabolic price action. I'm not talking about a stock that went from $2 to like 250. It went from 50 cents to 750. So it went up around, let's call it 750 divided by 50 cents. So it went up 150%, 15 times. It multiplied 15 times. That's outrageous. You know, the most I've seen a stock, usually they top out if you multiply them by 7 or by 10. But in this, so it shouldn't have been more than $5. So it shouldn't be more than $5. So when I saw it around 657, um, you know, probably I have to say 100% of the stocks sell off. 100% of stocks, probably 99.91% of stocks sell off on day three. Parabolic price action. That's really my data. And I have this data for the past 4 years. Every day I've been tracking the data. Um, we're gonna look at all my data. It's probably registered every single day. Um, but we're gonna over is October, November, so every single day. Actually went ahead. This is this is a lot of data from all the way. This is 2024. This is 2025. This is so I have huge amount of data to confirm this. And I'm even creating a book. I think there we go. This is the book that I'm creating over here, and I'm probably gonna put it as one of my chapters, one of my biggest trades so far. So I do have data for the past 99.91 sell off on day three on parabolic price action. Like I have now never seen a parabolic price action continue on day four. Never seen day four price action. I have no data on this. Doesn't exist. Does not exist. Like I have no data on this. Like this is probably happens 0.001% of the time. So what I did was I waited for the stock. I waited for the stock at around 650. That's kind of like where I tacked it. I tacked it at 650. It went against me all the way up to 750. I added at 7. Added at 7. 7 was an add. And then it pretty much it kind of spiked in the morning. Kind of spiked in the morning. No, it kind of dumped. I started at 650. It went down to 550. It spiked in the morning to 750, and then it pretty much liquidated back down to 4. And that's where I actually covered. Um, that's kind of like how it happens. So in the morning, usually most of the time they never break. This is Beyond Meat. We started at 50 cents. The ticker pretty much um the ticker pretty much had news that they pretty much had something with Walmart. Let's see if I can give you really what is recent news in Beyond with Walmart. See, so we're gonna ask ChatGPT here, right here. So Beyond Meat shares soar on planned Walmart distribution on Reuters. Beyond Meat shares soar. Mimi stock euphoria. So Beyond Meat announced that its products available on 2,000 stores worldwide in the U.S. But so everybody's very was very excited. But my data suggested that they never passed day three. So this was the news. It was also a mini stock. It was very active. Um, it did spark the hype on mini stocks, but it was actually pretty much short-lived. So I started short at 650 and I risked off 7. You see right about here, I risked around 50 cents a share right there. If I were going to look at all my fills here, as you can see that I started at 650 right here. And then I added some 670, added 650, added 650, added. So before the market opened, I was actually short. Probably if I had to calculate how many shares I was short here, I was short around 80,000 plus 40,000 plus 40,000 plus 20,000 plus 20,000. I think I was short around 200,000. Not really sure. Something outrageous, something outrageous. And then it pretty much came back up to 650 and I just added some more. Added added another 140,000 and then pretty much got demolished and I was able to capitalize on 4.1 million in profits. This is the biggest gain of my career. So it pretty much went down. I was immediately up around 30% because it went down all the way to 5. So I started attacking it around 920. Immediately went down to 5. I was in the green. I was very happy because I was short around 200,000 over here. And and pretty much and pretty much I started um pretty much so 200,000. I was up like really big over here. And pretty much it came back up to VWAP. It kind of almost squeezed me over here. And this is the point that I actually added right here, right here. I added a bit, and this is so I ended up with 660 average. And then we were kind of having trouble. Usually day 3 they have trouble breaking pre-market highs. Like if it's a short, you're shorting a stock on day 2 or day 3, you're going to risk pre-market high as resistance. I thought we're not ever gonna get over 7 because I was using this as my risk, and pretty much this was the risk as well. We went into a complete short squeeze over here from 5 to 750. But this was, like I said to many people, this was a day 2, day 3. I don't know if we're now 360. I covered at 4. And after that, I pretty much held I was down, I don't know on how many. I was down like half a million at one point right here. But, I held my position and then in about 20 million 20 minutes later, because I had an average of 680. So from 10 to 1040, the bubble actually burst on this stock and it pretty much rolled over straight down where I covered at 4. Right now, it's actually much lower. We're actually at 360. It was one of the most epic short opportunity I've ever seen. From 7 down to 4. I covered in small batches. I covered some at 437, 420, 418, 430, 420, 460, and 435. Like I was out right here because $4 was yesterday's close. I want to cover before that. I don't know, maybe it'll go to $3 or something. It was just one of the most satisfying trade I ever taken. I think this is the uh biggest trade that I ever did. So after this amazing trade, I'll probably need a small vacation for sure. Just let everything settle. But at point 50. No, I told the chat that my profit and loss looks like almost like a phone number. This is my profit and loss, 35% gain on shorting Beyond, and of course this ticker was marginable, easy to borrow. Just a lot of traders got squeezed on this move here, and soon enough, this was, I mean, we're from 7 and above, we're down to 350 in just a matter of minutes, and it'll probably go down to 3. It's just it was a meme stock push, and then once we got to day 3, my data kicked in, and I was like, wait a minute, I never seen a day 4. Remember, this is the data. I never seen a day 4. So one, it's actually it's very hard for a stock to continue on day 2, like over here, and keep going, because 80% of them sell off. And in this scenario, we gapped up and went. And when I saw it on day 3, I was like, this is something I should short aggressively. And 95 99% 0.91% stocks sell off on day 3. I'm talking about parabolic price action, something that went from 80 cents to 7.50. I'm not talking about a stock that went from $3 to up to $4. Never seen a stock gap up on day 3 and continue going without selling off. Probably has to be this is my every weekend data. This was a parabolic price action. I never seen a stock go up, get multiplied by 15. You got a stock starting with 50 cents and it went to 7.50, so it went up 15 times. Usually they go up around 7 times or 10 times. And when I saw it go up that much, I just was just this is day 4 does not exist. That's for sure. So I knew that we were at the top. Just 3 years of data every day and every weekend that I've just gone through. And my numbers hit today. I have 4,057,700 on the trade, a 35% winner. And soon enough, it actually is at 360 now on the hold down. It's just still going, still crashing, because it'll probably go to $3. I probably missed out on another $1 million on this trade. And incredibly liquid. You could see so here on the 1 minute, incredibly easy to borrow, incredibly marginable. I mean, everything was going right for this stock. You could see it's trading about $11 million, 11 million shares on the 1 minute. And I was at one point, I think I was up. I had I don't know how many shares, a million shares. I don't know how many shares I had. I was just very a million point six shares, millions point 6 million shares. I had a million point 6 million shares, million point 6 million shares. Anyway, that's just a million point six million point six shares at an average price of 685. So I did risk a lot of money to make 4 million, that's for sure. But it ended up being one of the, look at this, we're at 340. Anyway, today's sleep score was good. 330 now. My today's sleep score has been pretty good. So that lately when I sleep pretty well, 77%, not 79. Like when I sleep well, I do really well. Now I have huge excitement. I was calm most of the time. And we're at 83% recovery, so sleep score is decent. Look at that, $3.11 from $7 short. This could have been even a higher percent profit. It could have been even higher because I covered at 4, and if I would have waited a little bit longer and cover at 3, could have made probably another million on this trade. Anyway, that's about it. 4.1 million on one trade. Probably, I don't think I will top this one out. But it's been a fun time chatting with you guys, and see you all in my next video. We're going back to C size and A size and B size. No more crazy 1.6 million shares at $7. We're gonna bet less for sure. Other than that, see y'all in my next video and peace out. For educational purposes only, as usual.